Brian Mbeumo to Manchester United is official, pending the announcement, and his shirt number is being reportedly revealed. Victor Gyökeres was linked by Manchester United a lot today by Portuguese media, suggesting a deal was close. As I suggested in my live stream earlier today, where would Man United have the money? Victor Gyökeres has made it clear he wants Arsenal, and it's likely Sporting using Manchester United to get Arsenal to pay up. That seems to be the case. Gyökeres to Manchester United is not close as of yet, but United do want to sign a striker. There's interest in Watkins, there's interest in, of course, Nicholas Jackson, and Romano has confirmed interest in Benjamin Sesko. In fact, Romano has pretty much revealed the next two signings Manchester United want to make. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about United wanting midfielder. We're going to talk about a potential breakthrough that could be happening in regards to Antony's exit, but also Romano has also given an update on the buy clause for Rashford to Barcelona, 26 million optional deal confirmed, which I think we've been mugged off a bit for, because I think in the market right now, when you're looking at the wingers going for 55, 60 million pounds, and the fact that Rashford wants to take a wage cut, if I was going to be completely honest with you guys, I think we could have got a bit more for Marcus Rashford. But yes, hello, and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to your 10-minute news roundup. Well, I'm going to round up all the latest Manchester United news, which is coming in from credible sources today in 10 minutes, so you guys are up to date. If you do enjoy, feel free to hit that like button, and of course, subscribe if you're new. So, Solly has come out and said that Brian Mbeumo is set to have the number 19 shirt at Manchester United. Solly was spot on with his information this weekend. Mbeumo had the first part of his medical yesterday, the second part of his medical today. It is done. He has signed. I'm assuming it's going to be announced tomorrow. Maybe United do something crazy and announce it tonight, but I think it will be likely be announced tomorrow. He'll do some media work, and hopefully, if the documents are all done, he should be on the plane Tuesday for pre-season tour, where we'll get to see him in action. And it'd be nice to have Mbeumo in the door for tour. But as we saw with Cunha, just having one new signing in the door for tour didn't make a huge difference. We definitely need a midfielder, we need a striker, and I think we need a goalkeeper. We definitely need at least 3 new additions. You could argue another centre-back for depth. We're looking at play out in Norway. You could argue potentially a wing-back, but we too play West Ham at midnight on Sunday, so basically Saturday night, where we might see Mbeumo make his debut. But continuing into other news, Manchester United have not made a bid for Gyökeres and have no plans to do so, was said by Ben Jacobs. Romano basically also said the same thing. I mean, I said this in my live stream earlier. I said, look, there's a lot of breaking news coming out about Gyökeres and Manchester United, but I said, where's the money coming from? He doesn't want to come to us. This isn't Man United. We don't operate this smartly. I'm pretty sure we're being used, and it was a sporting move to get Arsenal to bid up. And I think that's pretty much been confirmed that United haven't done anything in regards to Gyökeres, unfortunately. But Man United do plan to make some moves now, and Fabrizio Romano has pretty much confirmed the next 2 moves Manchester United want to make. He said that Manchester United remain very active on the striker and goalkeeper positions, 2 crucial parts of their summer window, and he's named some names. So the next 2 signings, it's been revealed that United want to make is a striker and a goalkeeper. Now, who are the names that we are looking at? Manchester United will surely sign a striker. No decision made yet on top option, but Romano says we will sign a striker. And Romano said this a couple of times with confidence that Manchester United will sign a striker. I'm a bit disappointed to hear that midfield isn't a top priority. We want a midfielder, but we haven't really had any concrete confirmation on midfielder other than we've open talks from Didi and we've inquired about Edison. I would like a bit more information on midfield. But he did say we didn't make a bid for Gyökeres. We are aware of Jackson and Chelsea like Garnacho, so there could be something there. We've also discussed Benjamin Sesko internally. Now, if Leipzig are willing to do a deal across maybe 5 years and Manchester United could pay a deal across 5 years, we could afford Sesko, but it will be a little bit of a pricey deal to do. In terms of goalkeeper, he said that he understands United did make initial contact to be informed on the deal conditions for 23-year-old Sen Lemens. The Royal Antwerp keeper is among the main names on the list if they decide to go for a new goalkeeper this summer. Debut is Emi Martinez is also an option, but more expensive. So the striker options look to be Watkins, Jackson, and Sesko as of now. I think what happens with Garnacho and the sales this week will probably help confirm what the options are. The goalkeeping options is Lemens, and I think if we sell, I think it's Lemens and John Victor as the realistic ones. I don't think if we sell Annan and Martinez, but I don't think we will get Martinez unless there's some kind of deal with maybe Garnacho going the other way to Villa, because Villa do have interest in Garnacho, but surely we'd rather bring in Watkins than Martinez if we were going to do a deal involving Garnacho. Who knows? But for me, right now, it's sign a striker, Bayendier goes, bring in a good backup to Onana that could challenge Onana to replace Bayendier with, and then hopefully Manchester United move for midfielders. But it looks like Lamens or Jackson or Watkins and or Sesko are, United sort of options, a striker and a goalkeeper, the two moves that Manchester United want to make next. I think the budget depends on exits. But as I said many times, we want to recruit at least two more signings. And Disco Miro is not mentioning goalkeeper, but I think that would depend on else. He's mentioning midfielder. Ruben Amorim is desperate to recruit at least two more signings, a striker and a midfielder. Now, if you tuned into my live stream earlier today, which I would recommend tuning into, but maybe skipping the Gyökeres news because it's relevant now, we spoke about a lot of things in my live stream earlier today. It was a good live show, so big up to everyone tuned in. But we spoke about midfield. We spoke about, obviously, reports coming out that we've inquired about Edison again. We have interest in Edison again, and reports coming out about conversations regarding Ndidi. Now, do I want Wilfred Ndidi? No. Do I want Manchester United to spend 5 million on Wilfred Ndidi? No. Could I see United bringing in Wilfred Ndidi for 5 million because it's an affordable player and we might not have much money for the midfield? Yes. Also, off topic from midfielders, but one of the striker names that was mentioned to me was Keane, Moise Keane as well. So, forgot to name that earlier. Maybe keep an eye on that. But going into midfield, we like Edison. We've had conversations with Ndidi. I think he's a last resort. I think Man United want to sign a midfielder, but I think midfielder is going to go down to deadline day, a bit like Ugarte last year. I think it's very much going to be a situation of striker, goalkeeper, maybe bringing that young centre back, maybe see what happens in defence just for depth. And I think we get to the end of the window, and if we've sold Antony, if we've sold Garnacho and Sancho for good fees, there's money there to potentially bring in a midfielder that's 20, 30, 40 million pounds. If we haven't, I think it's Ndidi, I think it's Panic, I think it's £5 million player for depth. If I was going to be honest, I think we want a midfielder. It's very obvious we need a midfielder. I think Ruben Amorim needs a midfielder. I think we need someone that's got really good athletic levels, but also a ball progressor. I would love Carlos Baleba. I don't think we're going to go in for Carlos Baleba. Adam Morton, I don't think he's going to go anywhere this summer. I don't think Palace are going to sell him. They're two players alike. Still is available on the market. There is questions over how his physicality would do in the Premier League. You could look at someone like Varela. I would love Manchester United to go and get a midfielder. I think Javi Guerra would be nice. We have been linked to him, but I think nothing super credible. Just sorry, I think he's probably going to go to AC Milan. Richard Rios has now gone to Benfica. Here we go. So we're letting Rios go, and and this player and that player go. We like Edison. He's still on the market. Let's see what happens. But I think it's one that will happen later in the window. I think United are waiting on sales to make a move for a midfielder, but hopefully we do. And talking of sales, could we get an Antony breakthrough? Atletico Madrid, according to Pete Hall, are emerging as favourites to sign Antony. Now, Real Betis have had months to sign Antony. They've sold two players. They've been discussing Antony for months, and Antony's apparently willing to take a wage cut to make the deal happen. Real Betis have probably seen that Barcelona got Rashford on loan and want to get Antony on loan, so they don't have to pay up any money because it's Manchester United. They know we're desperate to sell. And look, I think we've been mugged off for Rashford. I think it's good that Rashford's taken a wage cut and Barcelona are paying all his wages, but I think 26 million buy option for Rashford, not even an obligation, a buy option for Rashford is a bit muggy. I think in this market, he's a £40 million player, and we should have got 40 million from Barcelona. We didn't. It's annoying. Real Betis are going to see that. Rashford is a much better player than Antony. Real Betis are going to see that we're letting Rashford go on loan with a 26 million option to buy. Real Betis will want that. And that worries me. But if Atletico Madrid want Antony and they've got a bit of money to spend, Atletico Madrid going into Antony could, one, actually force Real Betis to give us a decent bid because they're bidding for everyone but Antony because they think they can get him on the cheap. And two, maybe if Antony shows some interest in Atletico Madrid, they'll pay the money, they'll get the deal over the line, which is what we need. So I'm getting fed up. I'm getting absolutely fed up. And yeah, what's been revealed with Marcus Rashford? So in regards to Marcus Rashford, guys, it has been revealed that Barcelona's buy option for Marcus Rashford is June 2026. It's 26 million. 26 million pounds. Look, if he's crap, they won't play it. Maybe United is just so desperate to get rid of Rashford. The thing is, Rashford could go there, get a 30-goal season, be immense, and we've got 26 million for him. In a market where Gittins is 55 million, Madueke is 52 million, where Rashford would have taken a wage cut, so it's not just about wages. I think it's ridiculous, I'm going to be totally honest. I think we could have got way more money for Marcus Rashford, if I was going to be totally honest. But look, Amorim wants him gone. The club want him gone. You've got to do what you've got to do to get him gone, but I think we could have got 40 million. I do. I think when you look at the market, you look at what other clubs would have got for him, they would have got a lot more money and they would have got a permanent deal. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.